No, no, no. I think he's a smart dude, just in general. Like, he's a smart guy. His kid is freaking another story here, but all right, you ready to sweat some golf here, cuz? Well, thank you very much for spending some time here with us today on this Thursday afternoon. Could be evening, depending on where you are in the world. I know we have people all over the planet that set their reminder and tune into the Odd Shop. So we've got some pretty important news, some show news, some channel news. I'll let Ben decide on when you want to jump in on all that. You can be because look, I mean, this is a conversation that we're certainly going to have today. We're going to check the tool. We're going to remind you about 70% off your first month. Nothing is going away. We're all going to be visible in different elements and different forms, but we just ultimately want to thank you all for being here. And in return, just remind you, you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, push to 100K, Ben, for the NFL season. So it's a Thursday. Right. I know we have baseball. We have actually live baseball and all, but we'll make something happen today.
We're going to make something happen. We're sweating the US Open. We got some stuff on the diamond. Not much. College baseball returns tomorrow and whatnot, but yeah, it's, I think, the audience knows this. As Lofty, I'll channel my inner Lofty. This is the last day that the shop will be open for a little while. The doors are closing down. We're going on a hiatus. Of course, you're going to be seeing plenty of us. We're going to keep the community parlay going on Twitter. We're going to be doing all sorts of things on the OddsShopper YouTube. But the show, this is the finale, and we got to make it a lot of pressure. We got to make it a good one today. So we're going to have some fun with this one.
Ridiculous amount of pressure. And let me just reiterate / remind you all out there, to the rest of the world, of course, that we're not going away. Like, content isn't going away. We're going to do a lot of stuff on social. We're going to do some spaces. We're going to do some video. And you know what else isn't going away? Because how could it? We just hit one last night. I know the community parlay did not, but that's a different element. Going to the tool parlay, the one that Ben and I seem to just crush when we get together. You know what? And I fell victim to it. I fell this morning as I was watching a ticket I thought crumble at the hands of a fixed tennis match. It actually worked in our favor. And we smashed that 4-leg parlay that we built last night, Ben, with the tennis sweat early this morning.
I got a message this morning from Eytan Shander at 6:09 a.m. complaining, saying, fun times in the tennis world. And then 27 minutes later, you hit me with the disregard and a screenshot of you just clearing a ton of money. So you were in the roller coaster sweat.
Well, that's anybody who tailed was too, Ben.
I was on that too. The under 2.5 sets from Sasha or whoever it was. Great sweats. It's been fun to add tennis. And I woke up, I'll complain now, and I didn't get the luxury of this. The Dodgers were losing. Then they take the lead 4-2, and I'm like, nice. Couple more innings, and then they melted down late, actually lost the game outright, which happens, but that was frustrating because it was 4-2, and I actually thought they were going to close it down and we were going to sneak that one through.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was coming to celebrate the final leg in another parlay that hit on the Discord here for us, and I saw that people were live sweating the Dodgers, and then when I woke up this morning to sweat the live tennis on it, I saw that the end result, and it was the same as what you had, which was, how the hell do you blow this? But look, we look, there's some good, there's some bad. We're going to build a parlay. We have a community parlay. We're going to do what we can here. Leibowitz, I can't. I have a soon-to-be 2-year-old son. My wife is nearly 5.5 months pregnant, and I did overnight / morning radio for years, to where like my sleep schedule is screwed up. This is the perfect storm. Forget that movie where they were on the boat. This is the real perfect storm. I'll never sleep again, ever.
Well, yeah, that's a tough scene. But I feel like I get messages from you at all hours of the night anyway. So
yeah, because you don't check them.
That's true. I'm sleeping. I need sleep. I'm like a I guess a sloth. They sleep a lot. But
you work though. You're up early. Like your bet of the day is up there before I'm doing my stuff, and I get
up early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. So where do we where do we begin here? Do we stick to the same formula? I mean, I know Ricky Fowler's out there burning up LA.
Can we talk
Country
about
Club.
this?
We can, sure.
Eric Lindquist, the level of disdain, every now and again, Ben, you get an email, you get a text, you get a Slack message, you get something that's text. And it's not that you can read the sarcasm. It's not that you can pick up on something like that. It's that you can feel emotion. Like you could feel, I felt through his fingers typing on the text board, the level of disdain when I even brought up Ricky Fowler's name. Now I'm sweating a first round leader early group that I have on Ricky Fowler. He's 2 up on Xander, who you and I both have outright at 20-1. So great stuff there. Bryson, how about Big Daddy Bryson in the house at -3? And I mean, Scotty Scheffler. No, I don't either. And Scotty Scheffler is the enemy, the villain that you cannot kill because everybody's trying to bet against Scotty in these tournaments. And he's like the villain that you try to kill 15 times over. Freddie, Jason, how many of these they keep coming back, right?
I guess. I'm not super familiar with Jason, but yeah, I mean, Scheffler can putt now a little bit, and that's all it takes for a guy that talented. Well, it's a long tournament. I know it feels like yes. Oh, this is Ricky Salute. Like, come on, that Brooks hasn't teed off. No. Rory hasn't teed off. And I know you're not saying that. I just, even for myself, you get ahead of yourself. There's so much golf. The winds are going to pick up. This course is playing like a joke right now. So we will see. I'm not looking to make a ton of actionable stuff. Maybe some matchup bets here and there, and we'll see. But I'm just heading to the OddsShop board here.
Let's do it because there's some baseball on there.
Okay.
So right away, you'll notice there's a play on. Yeah, exactly. I think this is a great bet. I think if you're out there, you'll see something to just reiterate. I know Lofty does a fantastic job of reminding you all about this with the OddsShopper tool, but you have the ability to put your bankroll in there. So if you're thinking like, oh, half unit, quarter unit, because it's just easy in your brain to go from full to half to quarter, what have you, and you don't want to get full into decimals and whatnot, you can put your bankroll in there. It'll tell you what to bet. For me personally, though, I think this is worth a quarter, maybe even a half unit. This is a confidence bet. I mean, think about this, Ben. We look at plus 100. I know not always, right? 2-1, 3-1. These are significant lines. And it probably takes a little bit more to go through than just 198 or 163. So you're at 182 true market. And this bet is plus 205 at DraftKings.
Yeah, I mean, that says it all. It doesn't hurt. Again, this shouldn't factor in, but we're all human. At least it does for me. Like it, it's a good player on a good team against the White Sox. Like I like it even more in that sense. This is an offense that can really they're at home. So you're getting over 2-1 on that when the true line is certainly inside 2-1. It's more in the plus 180 range over on DraftKings. That was the one I think we both kind of saw immediately. That was the first one that stood out to me. And then you've got string of home run props. You've got a couple other guys to record a hit. Another Dodger on there in Rojas to record a hit at minus 145. Grades out really nicely. So there's definitely options tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I think looking across the board, you're not that this is a bad thing, but home run props are plus 500, plus 750. They're there for a reason, but the tool's allowing you. That Rojas plays a really good bet, and you're laying minus 145. That's fine there. Oviedo's another one there. Strikeouts, we talk about how if you find that market, it is definitely vetted because they're tough to find. They're tough to find real gaps. That's why you don't see as many up there. This one on BetMGM, that's another one that I think I'm going to jump in. So far, I'm going to bet that Mookie Betts RBI, and I'm going to bet the Johan Oviedo under 5.5 Ks at Chicago, taking on the Cubbies. Your thoughts? Actually, that Michael Grove. So I'm sorry, real quick. That Michael Grove one is pretty good as well. I gave the White Sox out as the up by 2 promo on OddsShopper there. So that's not bad. Sorry.
Not bad at all. And again, no coincidence. You see this sometimes, and it's one of the many reasons I'd recommend getting on different books. Different books have different inefficiencies. And you see right now, BetMGM seems to be maybe overvaluing some K props. There are a couple good unders in the strikeout world, and they both happen to be on BetMGM. I don't think that's a coincidence that, for the Pirates as well as the Dodgers going under on those strikeout props for their pitchers is related to the same book. So sometimes they just overrated on kind of a macro approach, and I'm fine with either of those. I think if I had to pick, it would be the Grove one under 4.5 Ks. I like that spot as well.
Of the three.
No,
that we mentioned.
I'm talking about the 2 strikeout props. Mookie Betts is the best bet on the board. I don't think there's an argument for that.
Without a doubt. Yeah, that Grove one I think is sneaky good. Again, the width that you're attacking is not necessarily the same as the other K prop, but I think just from the overall bet, and I'm with you there, it jumps out. It's definitely one that you can take advantage of on BetMGM. Is there anything else? Look, man, look at this tennis prop. Come on. Actually, that's a money line. Jillian Robertson. Now you're gonna have to wait a week. No, that's UFC. Sorry,
yeah,
Jordan Thompson. Jordan Thompson. Money line plus 120. It's a 5-point break right there. Any interest in that?
I mean, listen, EV is EV. Like, I have no problem with that. I know who these people are, but not well enough to say like, oh, I'm shocked that he's underdog, because that would be, I'm not shocked. I have no idea. If this line said minus 300, I wouldn't say, oh, that's weird. I don't know anything about these guys, and I don't need to. I just, you see it across there that the other books, kind of in the plus 110 range, plus 115 range. So to get that plus 120 and what looks to be a pseudo toss-up, you want to bet a little tennis. Jordan Thompson, who I believe is an Aussie, backing him is the way to go.
All right, so you jump.
I'll probably do it.
Yeah, see that's what like people want to hear.
I like betting tennis. Tennis is a definitely a sport that I think is really advantageous to a market-based approach.
We just hit one this morning to cap off a 4-legger.
I know. I'm with you. I read you.
You don't read me. You just read me. Yeah, it's not like you sat there and read the WNBA play of the day today. Let's be honest.
No, I didn't do that. What is it?
I'm not going to tell you. Maybe I'm going to give it out for the community parlay. You ever think of that?
That's called the tease. Good job.
Yeah, every now and again. All right, so let me jump on this Mookie Betts play. Let's jump on real quick because it's up there, and I know each sport is different. And no, for you, for MC Zant, for Leibowitz, or anybody else in the chat thinking I'm leading and trying to wedge my way into a week 1 NFL conversation, I am not. But I understand, Ben, that the more you wait from when point A is where you place a wager to point B is when the contest happens, there is variance, there is time. But I've noticed, just with the tools specifically in MMA, that we are getting ahead on a lot of CLV, in some cases 10 to 12 days in advance of a fight. Now, this shit gets canceled all the time for some reasons or whatever. Do you see value in jumping ahead in a sport like MMA a week or so in advance?
I think it's fine to do that. I think you just need to understand kind of what you're getting into. There's a lot of ways that something unquantifiable happens that moves the line against you. And it's just as likely that something like that happens that moves the line further in your direction. So it's not like you're taking a bad line. There's going to be a lot of things that aren't baked into the line currently that will happen between now and that long. So I believe that sits at 3%. I think that's probably in a gray zone where I'm not running to the window, but it's also good enough where those add up. I know it doesn't feel like a lot when you're betting, even if you bet a small amounts over a year, you're betting thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like take 3%. A lot of that stuff adds up quickly when you're churning it that fast.
So real quick, because I don't know, do you know where this tennis match, what event this is in? You've got a couple of different, like Stuttgart. You've got some WTAs. Do you have any idea?
It's not certainly not WTA. That's the women. I can find it.
Well, I just didn't know. I mean, you pretty much have this stuff. I'm sure somebody here in the chat does as well, right?
So it's somewhere in the ATP. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe it's at Herta. What is this? Herto. Yeah, here we go. It's at Hertogenbosch, wherever that is. Tomorrow at 7 a.m. Manarino and Thompson.
Got it. ATP. If you're on DraftKings, that's actually the first one you'll see. And Jordan Thompson is still plus 105 was the bet, right? No. This is now dropped to 105. So this is a no-go. And the reason why I know it's a no-go is because the tool told me the market value is plus 115. I'm assuming that the true odds have not changed, just DraftKings odds have changed. Exactly. So it's gone.
We'll keep an eye on it, but it could reappear. That's the beauty of it. The market could shift.
I missed it. Look at this. All right, Kerry Carpenter. Sometimes you do get a smash. We talk about this in golf outrights and NASCAR outrights. Shout out to Isaiah, because whenever I think of NASCAR now, I just think of him destroying a slate. So Kerry Carpenter to hit a home run tonight for the Detroit Tigers. He's popping. Now, look, I get it. Both of these can coexist from a value standpoint, but the difference in the true odds to what you're actually getting for him to hit a home run on Bet Rivers is worth a nod if you're into betting. If home runs are your bag, Ben, I think this is worth a nod.
Certainly, again, you just have to limit your bet size because these are such long shots that you'll go broke even if you're betting plus EV things if you're too aggressive. You just don't have enough runway. But at the same time, you're going to find discrepancies in the market. Detroit's Detroit. Guys like this pop up and there are opportunities. So I don't mind that. Again, book specific. BetMGM has a lot of these total RBIs unders that are juiced heavily, but these guys have a really low probability of actually knocking one in. So you can parlay some of those up, do some things like that. There's a lot of different options with baseball specifically. Yep.
Good point as far as home runs and managing as well. All right. What do you want to do? Promos? Mike, do we have promos here? This guy just does not go away. Xander Schauffele just refuses to go away. Ricky shoots a 62.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
And Schauffele's going to winch dead heat my early ticket. And I can't be upset but we both have him out at 20-1.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good start in that realm.
You don't have any Justin Rose, right?
I got to a little. But I would sacrifice those lines. I mean, that's more obviously on the DFS side. I didn't bet Rose.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, you want to do some promos here? Look at this. Look at this beautiful thing that Mike Lawrence.
All right, what do we got in the promo world?
This is the last one, man. Last one. Oh, Mike. This is like Ben Raza's final meal. Look at this. You got
Romeo.
No. I'm just saying, like, I didn't mean to bring up. I guess the connotation is negative there, but I just
meant, you got me sentenced to death. Thanks a lot.
No. We're taking a hiatus. We're not dying. The show hasn't been canceled. I'm just saying this is like, hey man, what do you want for your final meal before like the last meal of the show? You have golf, you have soccer, you have a 2-run lead, which is one team specific solo boost. Like this is made for Ben Raza right here.
It's just a damn shame the Euro, I believe it's the qualifiers aren't today instead of tomorrow. We got real egregious soccer, San Marino in Kazakhstan, Malta in England, some like minus 5,000 shots. But all right, we got Brooks and Rory each to shoot. I don't know if it's 70 or better or under. If it's under 70, either way, there looks to be some pretty good ones on the board. That course playing way easier right now with no wind as well.
It doesn't look like anything's going to change in this later afternoon evening. So you can pretty much, do you see anything on the radar? It doesn't look like it's that drastic.
No, I don't see anything. It's supposed to get windy during the weekend, but I don't see anything where like it's going to get crazy
in the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
What time are these guys teeing off?
Should be imminently.
Yeah, I would think like right away. Boy, I mean, this is a parlay right here. So I'm sure there's some EV to these guys each shooting 70. As easy as I don't know. I mean, I don't look. I don't personally bet this stuff, but I wouldn't have a problem with anybody betting this. This is a course that both of these guys, outside of whatever the hell you want to call it, what happened on Sunday, there's no reason to think Rory is not fine. Brooks Koepka. I even tried to move you off your rock on Koepka on putting for dough, which you can watch every Monday evening, Tuesday morning on the OddsShopper Golf Channel with Ben and myself. And you came right back with Brooks' history at this tournament.
I hope
the
Brooks
course
like
itself.
90. Get him out of there.
Who?
Brooks. I don't want him to play well. I just think he's going to.
Yes, I get it. Which is why, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Okay. Now, what about so that's definitely a playable bet for me, for Ben as well. I see our pal MC Zant says it's a plus 15% EV boost. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on if you like that.
Yeah, it looks like that's good. Obviously, 2-run early win boost. We want to play that. Just a matter of finding the team that makes sense. And then the BetMGM ones don't look great. I don't know about the CONCACAF one.
Come on, bro. I defer to you here. Correct score boost?
How the hell am I going to know that? Yeah, that seems pretty awkward.
It's what a ridiculous market to bet and sweat.
I prefer like real bad soccer. Like give me Turks and Caicos against Granada. I can't be doing US and Mexico.
That's too big of a market for you. Yeah, even as absurd as that is. And Ohtani there. Okay.
Yeah, that's
1 RBI, 8 Ks. I don't. Yeah.
Where do you want to go for the 2-run?
So I wrote today, and feel free to go ahead. Look, I'm going to give it to you for free here. Not only is it free on site, but it's also our last show, so why not? I'm going the Chicago White Sox tonight. I know they won last night. I know they put up a bunch. I actually think Dylan Cease is in a good spot if need be. Chicago doesn't score a ton in the first inning, but they do outscore second inning the Dodgers, and I think there's something to Cease. If Chicago can't get up, and we talked about Grove, if Chicago can't get up on Grove, which I think they can, Cease is good enough, I think, to get through. All you need to do is get through that bottom half of the first inning, and I think that they're okay. So I'll take Chicago. Again, I'm taking them to win. I get it ultimately, but I have them on the up by 2.
That's a good one. They've taken some money this morning. That line has come down a little bit. Right? So I get it. Healthy total. They bat first. We also, MC was saying FanDuel just dropped an Ohtani promo that is worth betting. So when you're on FanDuel, make sure to look at that as well. I don't know what it is, but obviously I trust his judgment. I don't have another 2-run for you. I think I'm just going to piggyback on yours. I don't like the Rockies today. In fact, I think the Braves is a pretty solid bet. Not for this, but just in life. I think they destroy Colorado. I guess you could look to the Nats, but I really don't want to mess around with them. They're another garbage team. So I think White Sox. I think you nailed it. That's a pretty good one, and you're getting plus money.
Okay, look at that. Praise from Rasa. Who am I to push that? There's the Ohtani boost. Awesome stuff, Mike. Thank you. Ben Verlander boost. Do you want to know the most outlandish thing that I bet this week?
What is honestly, I probably don't want to know, but I kind of do.
I did put it out there on the disc. We hit these parlays. We had such a night. I took 1/10 of a unit each and placed 2 bets. All right. And I even gave them out. I free roll alert. Now, look, we remind you, chalkboards up top. We even have a QR code. These guys, these two, in fact, Ehrenberg and Lofty, are just destroying it. They are leading the way. It's awesome to see just thousands of people in this community. So we want you, just snap it. You can join it. You can be a part of it. Discord, it's a little bit smaller as far as it's Raza, myself, Eric, and Isaiah. It's a little more intimate in that regard too, but you're going to get plays. You're going to have some fun, and the beauty of the sweat. Point being, Ben, is that I have Scheffler, top USA, Hovland, top Euro, is 25-1. I put $10 on that.
Yeah, that's not good, but go ahead.
Rory to win, Brooks, top USA, 90-1. Put $10 on that. These could happen. Like in your head, you can see these could happen.
Yeah, they could. They just won't happen at the clip that you need. At least you didn't go logical fallacy where it's like Scheffler top American, but Brooks to win the tournament.
No,
That could be a little dangerous.
No. I trust FanDuel to prevent me from doing that
Yeah,
stuff.
they're all about that. Surely they won't FanDuel, not to take a shot at FanDuel, but I really don't like that on some of their one-way props, they give a little parentheses where they give like a stat. They shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. It's like, like Brooks to come in the top 5 and then it says parentheses, like hit the top 5, 3 of the last 4. You shouldn't be able to say that, but
that's right.
I digress. Yes. But anyway, they do have a great boost. Shout out to them for that, though.
I tell you, people are going to go out on a nice little treat here because this freaking guy is so damn good at golf that it's just impossible.
Who's
like
Xander?
It's impossible. He's 8 under with a par 3 18 to take the first round lead in the early group and absolutely destroy Ben, my 30-1 Ricky Fowler end of round 1 leader early ticket. $15 to win 450 is just destroyed because of Xander freaking Schauffele.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the tough part about when you bet like first round leaders or outrights. Your guy could be dead last or second, and it counts the same. You lose. So hopefully you get a chop. I'm rooting for you. And then I hope Xander wins the tournament.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Trust me.
I know.
Right?
I know.
All right. By the way, we told you earlier in the week to take that plus 300 odds boost. I remember because I asked Ben with this in the question, and he not only confirmed but expanded on it. We told you to put the 300 on Scotty Scheffler. It was just a must bet to boost him up to a 10-1 ticket. So that looks pretty good as well. That's all I'm saying.
I hope that doesn't come through. But yes.
Well, I bet it.
I bet it too. I bet it too. I just have a lot more on Xander.
Fair. Very fair. Me as well. Okay. So, to your point, yes. All right, man. You want to build a parlay? What do you want to do here?
Yeah, let's see what we can get in the parlay streets. Again, I think with baseball, there are some limited options. And we just have to be patient and see what comes up. But there's a couple spots worth maybe dabbling. What do you say?
I actually see a pathway here. Oof. Okay. Keep BetMGM in the back of your mind. I want to go to Caesars. BetMGM. And look, we notice this, right? We notice the Caesars a lot of times. And Lindy will tell you this as far as active as he is betting baseball on the Discord. Caesars, BetMGM just seem to be a little bit slower, especially when it comes to moving a total 9.5 to 9, what have you. We find information, news comes out. It's no science. It's just looking at that. Why? Because less people are betting, right? What have you. So Caesars and BetMGM, these are week 1, just so you know. I don't know where you found some.
No, there was at one point you had a glitch in the matrix and you had like NFL lines from October.
All right, let's go to BetMGM. Let's go to BetMGM. All right. So, Mike, let's take everything except let's take Kerry Carpenter out. Okay. Let's have some fun here. It's the last. You want to have some fun, Ben?
Yeah.
Or are you just saying that you really want to? Who wants to have some
I'm just
fun?
saying I want to. Me and George are both. I'm just saying I want to have. I don't want to be hitting golf balls into marine wildlife. Seen that. My favorite Seinfeld episode, though. My number 1 favorite Seinfeld episode.
Is that right? I actually had that written down to ask you before we got out of here because I figured this would be a good time.
Yes. That's my favorite Seinfeld.
What are your so give us your Mount Rushmore of Seinfeld episodes. Number 1, the George Washington, I guess, or Teddy or whatever. I don't even know who's on them anymore, right? But I do. I'm just joking. What's like your number 1 is the marine biologist.
It is
right? Fantastic. And that is tremendous. Absolutely. What's the Elaine storyline in that one? I forget. Do you remember? Anyway, What are your Oh, it's the Golden Boy. It's the washing machine, right?
Oh, Baby
Golden
Blue.
Boy.
Yeah. Okay.
And Baby Blue.
I still don't
right?
really remember, but.
Oh, no. So this is the electronic organizer, right? The Russian writer.
Oh, that's that?
Yes.
Throws it out the window.
This is iconic. You really nailed it. This is iconic.
Yeah, it's a great episode.
Okay, so what are your other three?
So the episode I probably most on I don't think this is a great episode, but it's one of my favorite is the Frogger episode. Frogger with George, where the pizza place is closing down. The one where George pretends he has a house in the Hamptons.
Yep.
That's a real good one. Yeah, Prickly Pete. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
That's total meltdown George in that one.
Yeah, it's all related to George. And then probably I'd say the one with when Kramer pretends that with his slicer.
Oh, in my head,
that's a good one.
So you have a lot of later one, or a couple of later one, like season 9. Isn't the Slicer and the Frogger final season?
It's late, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that speaks to the longevity of the show and the writing of it. Like, stuff gets stale and everything. I get it, but at some point, like, you had some home runs. You really had some home runs in that final season. The butter shave, I think that's an underrated one. Slicer is just fantastic. I mean, how they put that one together, right? It's like, hey, Doc.
Yeah, that's a real good one. Oh, man. So this is why you got to refresh because Shohei Ohtani over 6.5 Ks, which is part of it's unrelated, but it is related. One of the boosts we talked about was about his Ks. Over 6.5 Ks on BetMGM at -110. Looks to be a really good play. That just popped up for me in New York. It's 7.5 basically everywhere else.
Yes.
I like let's do this.
Let's build this now while we can. Okay. Fantastic job by you. This is through the roof right here. Okay. Let's do this. So we're on BetMGM. We've got Ohtani over 6.5 before this moves, because I can't imagine this is going to stick around. We've got Ohtani 6.5. I'm going to throw Obito in there. All right. Obito at under 5.5. You good with that?
Yep.
Now it really doesn't matter, right? I mean,
nope.
The greed in me would push for Grove under 4.5. Not bad, though,
because you're almost going to get 6-1 on a 3-leg.
This is a fantastic point. Now, I mean, look, you are now appealing. You're doing me a favor on the final show, which is not even pushing back on this bet. And I love it.
It's because Ohtani is such a strong piece. It really opens up what you can do.
How so? Can you explain that for people?
Well, just in the sense that when you have a foundational piece that's strong, typically you're not going to find a -110 that's yielding that type of return. Like if he's -260, yeah, of course his expected win is going to be really high, but the payoff isn't going to influence the actual price as much. With Ohtani here, you're getting such a strong -110 piece that when you put a couple others with him, you're looking at 5 or 6-1, and you don't have to get outrageous. So it's just you see it in the price how strong of a parlay. It doesn't mean it's going to win. In fact, it probably loses, but it's pretty damn certain that you're. What do you mean? What are you just cashing these 90% of the time? It doesn't work like that. But
no,
I would take this one all day, every day. One of the better parlays that I've seen in a while.
I can't have you putting that out there.
What? What do you think I got? Believe me, if I could influence the results, I'd be willing my golfers to not hit it in the Barranca.
No, I'm saying, hold on a second. I'm saying the energy, just speaking it out there. You have a connection to the gambling. They may not listen to you all the time, but at least they'll pick the phone up. They don't know what language me, Lawrence, people on the chat. I mean, you at least understand the language. You're like Jodie Foster in Contact.
If Coolers was watching this show right now, I would say something I'm not going to say. But yeah, that 3-leg is a real good number, nearly 6-1.
Yep. There we go. What a thing of beauty there. All right. This is our last show. I want to give people a look at home runs. Just pop that up there in the Discord too. So if you're, again, want to jump in on that, definitely do that. BetMGM people, since we're on BetMGM, if you're not on BetMGM, we have this deal where you get the Discord for 2 free months just for signing up on BetMGM. So look, we got a bunch of stuff. Chalkboard. You can jump on the Discord. Biggest thing here is the tool. What we're giving you 70% off your first month. Beautiful. Less than a cup of coffee a day. We already did the math there. Just wanted to give people one more shot at the market, Ben.
Oh, yeah,
see if anything else.
Like I said, you'll be seeing us. The community, we're going to find a fun way in Chalkboard to have the community vote every day while we build out the community parlay. So nothing's going to change on that front. Again, it's not like you're going to be seeing us each and every day, as always. Just a little different format for a little summer vacation, and then we get back to full-on business when football rolls around.
8%, 27 feet, 9 inches. 8% chance. I'm watching this, so if it's I'm not even looking at Ben in case I'm behind. I'm most likely
I don't have the golf up. So
okay. I don't care. I don't see the chat. I don't see anything. All I see is 27 feet, 8 inches, 8% chance. This dude just hit a 72-footer in Canada to win the damn thing. I'm not putting anything behind Xander. Miss.
So you chop it? All this for Brooks to just shoot 9 under.
No. First round leader early group. That's what I bet.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. So unless this Barjan guy goes absolutely freaking nuts, which he can't technically, he'd have to like eagle out. I think I'm safe with the chop.
There you go.
I never want to root against Xander Schauffele again like that this weekend. Never. That felt terrible. All right. Are you waiting on me?
Well, no, I was giving you your moment just to take it all in. There it is. Where are we at in it looks like the
Ohtani
Astros. Okay. For the community parlay, I was looking at what team.
Oh, right. Sorry. We have to do this and get out of here. I apologize.
No, we're good.
Community parlay does look like the Astros. Okay, so Astros on the run line. Look at that. Even money for -1.5 on the run line there. Washington. I don't know. I saw Washington earlier on the tool pop. The total kind of reflected like there's going to be runs scored in the game, which I think also benefits Washington. I don't know. There's something about this game. I'm not here to influence the community by any means. So is such as life. My leg did not hit last night, so what can I say?
Neither did mine.
Okay, good. I feel a little bit better.
So do I.
Okay, Houston Astros -1.5. Where are we? DraftKings?
DraftKings.
Okay. What do you want, Ben? Your world.
Give me the Braves, -125, -1.5 as well. Back at home, they took 2 of 3 from the Tigers. They've been a little sloppy, but the Rockies have to continue their road trip. The Rockies, they're just bad. Their offense is bad. They got Freeland on the mound today. ZRA is even worse on the road. Playing Atlanta, in Atlanta. Atlanta's just going to start really turning it up. They're a good ball club. I like what they do. -125 for the -1.5. I've been taking these heavy favorites on the run line. It's been working out fine, and I'm just going to stick with it.
Nice. Well, I can't take the Phillies since they're playing right now. I do want to see real quick how much this has moved. Well, it's at 167.5. So earlier in the day, this was at 169. All right, I'll push it just for the community here. I can't imagine that you can get an alt total on a WNBA game. So
probably not.
Actually, hold on. I can get quarters and halves. No. Okay, that's fine. So let's just do this. Let's go under 167.5. Seattle at Las Vegas. Either two things are going to happen. Las Vegas is just going to totally run this team out of the building 100-60, or Seattle's going to hang. They're going to cover this near 20-point spread by slowing things down. Vegas is so good. They don't need to exude all of their energy. They can still beat Seattle comfortably by 12 to 13 points. If that's the case, it's going to stay under. Either way, Vegas will just slow it down just to bleed the clock. So I'll go under in that game.
All right, so we got Seattle and Las Vegas under 167.5.
Correct.
We've got
-110.
the Atlanta Braves at minus a run and a half at minus 125. And we got the Houston Astros minus a run and a half at even money. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. See what we can do. I feel pretty good about this, actually. This will be a good payout if we can hit it somehow.
2 parlays today. Why not hit them both?
It's going to be like 6-ish to 1.
Yep.
So
it's going to be pretty good. That plus 100, that even money is going to help push us over for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, look, again, thank you first and foremost for everything being here. We're not going away. This show is going to be back. We're going to be sporadically spread throughout, right? You'll see a random OddsShopper pop up, OddsShop pop up. But the reality is that football season, and that's where we have so much happening. College football, as you know, Ben Makajeski, I'm sure you'll see him pop
587,
up.
nice.
There you go. 587 is beautiful. NFL, which we cover all the time, all of us. So that's going to be it. NBA is going to be back, no doubt. But community parlay, tools, all the other things, you're going to see that. Just make sure you're following us at Shander Show, at JazzRaz DFS. There you go, every day. And at OddsShopper on Twitter.
Yeah, at Shander Show, at JazzRaz DFS. Of course, easiest way to stay in contact with us, hop in Chalkboard. We're all, again, Chalkboard is there, Discord is there. There are many, many options to be part of the OddsShopper family, and we're not going anywhere. Want to give a special shout out to the man behind the glass for all of our OddsShop, Mike Lawrence.
Great stuff.
He makes this show go. It's been fun, guys. I get to say this for Lofty. Close the doors, lock up whatever that thing is on the outside of the shop. The shop is closed. But my friends, we're not going anywhere. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. And if any suggestions, any questions, just hit us up on Twitter. Good luck, everyone. Enjoy. We'll talk to you. Sure. 10 seconds. 10 seconds, apparently. So I'll just sit here. 10. We're out of here for the summer. There it is, friends.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
There it is.